This is the story of Caps for Sale. Once upon a time, there was a peddler who lived in a small house just outside of a village, and he loved to sell caps. It was his favorite thing to sell. He loved to sell caps that were red and blue and green and yellow. He loved to sell caps that had dogs on them and cats on them and unicorns and ducks. He loved to sell caps that had stripes and polka dots and sparkles and rainbows, every different kind of cap that you can think of. Can you think of some of the kinds of caps that maybe he could have sold? What do you think? Anyway, one morning he got up and he got ready to go and sell some caps, and he got dressed and he had his breakfast, and when he was just about ready to leave, he got all of his caps and he stacked them on top of each other. And then he took the stack and he put it on top of his head, and he went to town and he went to the market and he yelled, "Caps for sale, caps for sale, who will buy my caps?" Well, he sold a few caps that morning, and then when lunchtime came, he went and he bought his lunch and he went out over into the park, and there was this beautiful hill that had a tree on it. And he walked up to the tree and he ate his lunch, and it was such a nice afternoon, and he'd had a pretty good morning, and he felt a little tired, so he decided to have a nap. So he took the caps off of his head and put them on the ground, and then he took his own hat and slid it over his eyes to give him some shade from the sun, and then he fell asleep. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep there. So eventually he did wake up, and he stretched and he looked beside him for his caps, and they were gone. So he looked to the other side. No caps. He looked to the front of him. No caps. So he looked up into the tree, and what he didn't see at first was there was a family of monkeys up there, and he saw that they were each wearing one of his hats on their head. Oh, that just wasn't going to do. He needed those caps. He needed to be able to sell those caps. So he looked at those monkeys and he got his shaker finger and he said, you monkeys, give me back my caps." And the monkeys kind of looked at him, got their pointer man out and went, Well, the peddler was not very happy with that, so he got 2 fingers out. Now he was getting serious, right? 2 fingers, and he pointed at those monkeys and he said, you monkeys, give me back my caps." And the monkeys put up one, put up the other, and went, ee. The peddler was really starting to get frustrated, so he got a foot involved, and he put his hands and he put that foot together and he said, you monkeys, give me back my caps." And the monkeys got 2 fingers and a foot, and they looked at him and said, ee. So the peddler got even more serious, and he got his 2 fingers and he got 2 feet going, and he began to jump up and down. You monkeys, give me back my caps." And the monkeys looked at him and they did the same with their 2 pointer fingers and jumping on 2 feet and went, ee. Well, the peddler was so upset at this point. He just was so frustrated. He didn't know what to do. So he took the hat off of his head and he threw it to the ground. And so the monkeys took their hats off of their head and they threw them to the ground. Well, the peddler looked at the caps on the ground, looked at the monkeys, looked back at the caps, shrugged his shoulders, picked up the caps and stacked them, put them on top of his own cap on his head, went back to the market, and began to yell, caps for sale, who will buy my caps?"